Me!
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder!
Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I, with wings swift, as medallion on the thoughts above, may sweep my revenge.
I find thee apt, and duller shouldst thou be than the fat weed that roots itself in ease on the lead wharf. Wouldst thou not stir this? Now, Hamlet, here, 'tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me, so the whole ear of Denmark is the forged process of my death. Rankly abused, but know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul! My uncle! Why, as by lots, God wot, and then, you know, it came to pass, as much like it was. The first row of pious chanson shall show you more, for look, where my abridgment comes.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak of me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above once. For the play I remember pleased not the million, 'twas caviare to the general, but it was, as I received it, and others, whose judgments in such matters cried on top of mine, the excellent play, well digested in the scenes, set down as much modestly as cunning. I remember one said that there were no salads in the lines to make matter the savory, nor no matter in the phrase that might indict the offer of affection, but called it an honest method, as wholesome as sweet, and by very much more handsome than fine. One speech in it chiefly loved, 'twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter.
But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold wind speechless, and the orb below, as hush as death. Anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, around vengeance sets him new a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor forged for proof and tear, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strumpet, fortune, all you gods, in general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bow the round nave down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fields.
That is too long.
It shall be to the barber's, with your beard. Prithee, stay on, for here's a jig and a tale of broadery, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba. The mobbed queen?
That's good. Mobbed queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison room. A clout upon that head, where late the diadem stood, and for a robe, about her lank and all o'er teemed loins, a blanket, and the alarm of fear cut up. Who this bad scene with tongue and venom stepped, 'gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport, in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Aye, so, God be with ye. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. It is not the monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul to his own conceit, that from her working all his vision want. Tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting, with forms to his conceit. And all for nothing. For Hecuba. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by his sleep, to say we end, the heartache and the thousand natural shocks, that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. The fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor fare this many a day?
Humbly, I thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now take them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you did know right well you did. And with them, words so sweet of breath composed as many things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again for the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Ha! Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit to discourse your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is spod to the force of honesty that can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometimes a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot be so incalculate to our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why, wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I had thought to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such follows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves, all, believe none of us. Go thy way to a nunnery. Where's their father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool, nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, heaven help him. Sweet heavens!